It's good to see everyone here tonight. I hope you dodged the raindrops when you came in. It was a little wet outside. Good evening. Welcome. Welcome to the 62nd Western North Carolina Sports Awards banquet. My name is Billy Cooper, and I'm the president of Mountain Amateur Athletic Club, who sponsors this evening. And on behalf of the board of directors, we thank you for your attendance, and we invite you now to sit back and relax a special evening. I want to take a moment or two just to thank a few people. First, I'd like to thank our hosts, the Omni Grove Park Inn, for their gracious hospitality. There really is no finer venue in Asheville. The management and staff I know have worked overtime to make tonight enjoyable. Please let them know of any special needs that you may have. I want to thank my board of directors behind me. Some are out in the audience as well. Your care and your attention for Western North Carolina sports is very evident in how you continue to serve others in this space, and your friendship is invaluable to me. And as you probably have noticed, we now have a permanent space for our trophies. This space was graciously donated by the Grove Park Inn and constructed by a local master craftsman, Rob Kleber. Rob's not able to be here tonight, but I don't know a more humble man, and if he was here, he'd probably go hide in the corner. But that trophy case was built by him. For those of you who may have been a part of past banquets, you may remember that during the banquet, the trophies were displayed up front for your enjoyment. Up front, you can see an example of that, and that will be available for pictures when the winners of each category is announced. Quite honestly, we didn't want to take the time to pull them all out of the trophy case, that we just put them in, and we thought that you would enjoy getting pictures possibly out there as well in front of the trophy case. Please give the Grove Park Inn and Rob Kleber a big round of applause, if you would. Next, we'd like to thank each of our sponsors tonight. Leading the way once again is our title sponsor, Ingalls Markets, and the remaining sponsors, along with so many others who gave toward the banquet, as well as the scholarships, are listed in your program and as a part of our video presentation that you saw earlier. If you know any of these folks, please thank them. If you're in need of their services, go visit them, patronize them, and please give them all, for me and for you, a hearty and grateful round of applause, please. There's another group that I'd like to recognize tonight. The finalists that are being honored tonight have many others behind the scenes who've worked tirelessly going to games and practices and tournaments and such, and they've given off their time to help make you finalists who you are. Please join me in honoring all the parents, the grandparents, the siblings, and the other family, the coaches, the athletic directors, teachers. The list goes on. Thank you, guys. So our program is very straightforward tonight. We want to recognize the outstanding achievements academically and athletically of our Western North Carolina athletes and teams. As you'll hear shortly, we have some pretty amazing stars in our crowd, and our hope is that they will be made to feel honored tonight. I would ask that you now rise as our very own West Henderson High School ROTC present our colors while we pay our respects to this great country we live in by observing our national anthem given by the most gifted, Cat Williams. Afterward, please remain standing while Danny Wilkins from our board of directors leads us in an invocation.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light What so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That's the West Henderson Color Guard. Let us pray. Our Heavenly Father, we're excited as we gather here in this magnificent place tonight to honor the athletic and academic gifts that you have so generously placed right here in our own Western North Carolina communities among our young. We pause tonight and recognize those skills and talents that have entertained, energized, and inspired us as spectators. We know that all good gifts come from above, and we thank you for the athletes, parents, coaches, school officials, referees, and volunteers on many campuses who work that we may all enjoy the games we play. Thank you, Lord, also for the provision of food that we will now enjoy. And we pray that you would bless it to our minds and bodies that we may all live, work, and play to our fullest potential. Amen. You may be seated. Next up, another MAAC board member, a friend who did a great job covering us all those years I was at Asheville High School, the guy we all invited into our homes via WLOS TV with the sports segment each night, the guy who unapologetically would get the most excited about covering his beloved Atlanta Braves or Georgia Bulldogs. So boom, here's the face and voice we love to see and hear, Stan Pamphilus.
Thanks, Danny. Thanks, everybody, for coming out tonight. As usual, it's going to be another great event. And this is our 62nd event. And I'm sure you heard already, but it's something that we should all be proud of, because this is a very unique event. Really, it's the best one, of course, in our area, and the best one in the state, maybe the only one that gathers this many high school athletes together and gives them their due. So we're really proud of that. To tell you how this all comes about, it's a lot of hard work that we take part in. We have 26 awards for individuals and teams, and team awards, 20 scholarships worth $1,500 each, and a special Olympic scholarship as well. We divide the awards into the Olympic and non-Olympic sports, Division I and Division II schools. Basically, it's the big schools and the small schools. And here's how we do it. We send the information out to the athletic directors and the coaches. We ask them to put the athletic achievements, academic information for need-based scholarships, and they ask them to send it back to us, which they do. We as a board will pay attention as well, as we got media members here and other people that pay attention throughout the year to see how these kids are doing, and we want to honor them, and we learn about them so we can honor them. And we gather there together, we vote, and tonight you get to see what our results are. I think you'll be happy with what you see. Just to listen to the accomplishments of these kids, they're all winners, and they all do great work, and their coaches the same, their parents. We honor you as well. So enjoy your dinner, get ready to eat, and at 6:15 promptly, we will start our program. Enjoy.
But I'd like to introduce Brian Hall, who's going to start off our awards program. So Brian, come on up.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another fabulous event here with our awards here at the Grove Park Inn. We really appreciate everyone showing up here tonight, and we got a lot of great athletes that are going to be recognized. Tonight, the Mountain Amateur Athletic Club honors more than 100 of Western North Carolina's top high school athletes and teams. Each of these finalists selected from thousands of area athletes and teams that have been invited here to be recognized for their outstanding achievements in sports and academics. We're going to honor each finalist, name the winners, and award plaques in 24 categories that present a total of 20 scholarships valued at $1,500 apiece. Now, when your name or the name of the team you represent is called, we ask that you stand and remain standing until the winner is announced in that category. The winner is then asked to come up to the front of the podium right up here and then accept the plaque. If you are the coach or another representative of a winner, you know that they're not here, then feel free to come up and accept that award on their behalf. Otherwise, we'll make arrangements to get the plaque to the winner. For the team awards, all team members and coaching staff who are in the audience are also asked to stand when the team is called and to remain standing until the winner is announced. Also want to thank my Bulldog brother from UNC Asheville basketball broadcast, Mike Gore, for writing our scripts tonight for myself and Chris Womack. So let's get started. Our first award, Wells Fargo Advisors Aikenmeyer Watley Division II Female Athlete Major Sport. This year's nominees include Zoe Schuler from Robbinsville. Zoe has enjoyed an outstanding career for the Black Knights in softball. Last spring, Zoe was the 1A State Player of the Year for the second straight season as she compiled a .595 batting average with 11 home runs and 30 runs batted in. The Black Knights are in the 1A West Regional Finals this year, and she broke the high school record for that runs scored during the season. She's going to take her talents to the University of Tennessee next year. Our next nominee, Dadiah Swimmer from Cherokee. Dadiah played on the Cherokee basketball squad that won the 1A state championship in dominating fashion. As a freshman, she started for the Braves and averaged 17 points and close to 5 steals per game. Dadiah shot an amazing 63% from the field, and she was an all-conference performer and was named MVP of the 1A state championship game. Also from Cherokee comes our next finalist, Whitney Rogers. Whitney is a junior who helped the Braves to a 1A state championship. She averaged 17 points per game and shot 60% from the field. Whitney was the Smoky Mountain Conference Player of the Year and also made the All-District team. She helped lead Cherokee to a 29-1 overall record. Our next nominee is Ryan Hernandez from Asheville School. Ryan had an amazing season in basketball this past winter. The junior averaged 25 points, 6 steals, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. Ryan led the state in both scoring and steals, and she earned all-conference and all-state honors this season. In addition, Ryan scored her 1,000th career point this year. And our final nominee in the category, a two-sport standout from Cherokee, Jocelyn Stamper. Jocelyn's just a freshman, and this year she excelled at both volleyball and basketball for the Braves. On the volleyball court, Jocelyn was named All-Region and All-State and led Cherokee to the 4th round of the state playoffs. During basketball season, she helped the Braves to the 1A state championship, and she was named Most Outstanding Player in the state title game. And this year's winner from Robbinsville High School, Zoe Schuler. Also, Zoe is preparing 1A state championship tomorrow, right? All right, good luck. Our next category is the Northwestern Mutual Carol Martin Division II Female Athlete Olympic Sport. Our first nominee, Caroline Barton of Carolina Day. Caroline is a junior at Carolina Day and has excelled in both cross country and track and field. Last spring during the outdoor season, Caroline won state championship in the 800, the 1600, and 3200 meters and was a runner-up in the 4x800 relay. Last fall during cross country, she won the state championship and was the conference champion. In the winter, Caroline won state titles in the 1600 and 3200 meter races. Our next finalist, Virginia Thorson of Asheville School. Virginia is a senior swimmer for the Blues. This past season, Virginia won individual state titles in the 200 freestyle, the 500 freestyle, and was a state champion in the 400 relay. She has helped the Blues win back-to-back state championships. Virginia was the top swimmer for Asheville School this year on a team that went unbeaten during the entire season. Also a nominee in this category is Arizona Blankenship of Swain. Arizona is a junior distance runner for the Maroon Devils. Last spring during the outdoor track season, she bounced back from ACL surgery to win state titles in the 1,600 and 3,200 meters. Her 3,200 time set a state record. She was also part of Swain's 4x800 relay team that captured a state championship. Arizona finished second in the 800 meters. During the indoor track season last winter, she once again overcame an injury to win the 1,600 meters state championship and runner-up in the 3,200 meters. She was also part of Swain's state championship in the 4x800 relay team. Our next nominee, Eliza Perry from Hendersonville. Eliza is a senior tennis player for the Bearcats who has helped lead Hendersonville to 4 state championships during her career. Last fall, she won the doubles championship for the 4th consecutive year. Eliza was the MVP of the 2023 dual team state championship and also earned all-state honors. She was the Asheville Citizen Times Player of the Year last fall, and she completes her career with a 91-0 doubles record and a 65-2 singles mark. And our final nominee should sound familiar. It's Zoe Schuler from Robbinsville. Zoe also competed in the indoor and outdoor track and field. Last spring, she brought home individual state titles in both the high jump and long jump. During the winter, Zoe picked up her 9th individual state championship in the triple jump while finishing second in the long jump. And this year's winner, Virginia Thorson. Our next award is for the first team category of the evening, and that's the Homewood Suites Division II Female Team Major Sport. Our first nominee is the Brevard volleyball team. The Blue Devils captured their first ever state championship last fall. Brevard finished the season 32-2 overall record. In addition, they won the conference championship and beat 1A champion Polk County 3 times last season. Brevard went unbeaten in conference play at 14-0. The Blue Devils won the state championship with 6 wins and only lost 1 set en route to the title. Our second nominee is the Cherokee basketball squad. The Braves will go down as one of the most dominant teams in the history of girls basketball in the state of North Carolina. With their state championship, Cherokee finished with an overall record 29-1 and won the 1A state championship game over East Columbus 74-32. Of their 29 wins, only 1 was by less than 10 points. Our next nominee is the East Rutherford basketball team. The Cavaliers finished the 23-24 season with an outstanding 27-3 overall record. East Rutherford won its regular season conference and its conference tournament and won all 13 games against league opponents. East Rutherford advanced to the 4th round of the 2A state playoffs. The team had 4 players earn all conference and player of the year honors. Our next finalist is the Mountain Heritage basketball squad. Another fantastic season for Susie Shelton's Cougar team. Mountain Heritage finished with an overall record of 28-3. They were unbeaten in their conference with a 14-0 league mark and also won the conference tournament. Cougars won a sectional championship and advanced to the 1A Western Regional Championship game. Final nominee is Polk County Volleyball. The Wolverines captured their first ever 1A state championship last fall. They finished with a 28-3 overall record, and the only 3 losses were to 2A state champion Brevard. Wolverines won 25 matches in straight sets, including the state championship match against Falls Lake. This year's winner, the Cherokee girls basketball team. How about a big round of applause? Amazingly, just 4 of them, that's all it took, 4 of them to be state champs. Congrats again. Our next category is the Mills Manufacturing Division II Female Team Olympic Sport. The nominees begin with the Hendersonville tennis team. Bearcats won the 2A state championship for the 5th consecutive year in the fall of 2023. Hendersonville's dual match record over the past 5 years is 80-1. Senior Eliza Perry was named MVP of the state championship match, and her doubles partner Ramsey Ross won the doubles title. Hendersonville finished the 2023 season with an 18-0 record. Our next nominee is the Swain Cross Country Squad. Despite the graduation of 2 All-State runners and an injury to Arizona Blankenship, it was business as usual for the Maroon Devils. They captured the Smoky Mountain Conference title, the Western Regional Championship, and another 1A state championship. Keith Payne's squad had 3 runners finish in the top 10 at the state meet to earn All-State honors, and this was the 3rd consecutive state title for the Maroon Devils, and they won the state meet by the most points in more than a decade. Our next nominee, Swain Indoor Track and Field Team. The Maroon Devils won its 3rd straight 1A, 2A state championship last winter. Swain won the Smoky Mountain Conference and was seated 2nd in the state meet behind 2A Cummings, but the Maroon Devils got a state championship from their 4x800 relay team, and Arizona Blankenship won the state title in the 1,600 meters. By the way, the team's GPA, 3.973. Our next finalist is the Asheville School Swimming Team. The Blues won the Division II state championship this past winter and were unbeaten in the dual and the championship meets. It was Asheville School's 2nd straight state title. Asheville School produced 2 individual state champions plus 1 relay state title. In addition, they set 5 conference records during the year. And our final nominee, believe it or not, Swain Outdoor Track and Field Squad. The Maroon Devils won yet another state championship in outdoor track last spring, and it was Swain's 3rd consecutive state championship. Head coach Ian Roper's team won 3 individual titles and 1 relay championship. Swain had 19 athletes earn points at the state meet as it scored 100 points, the most by any school in more than 10 years. And our winner in this category, Hendersonville Girls Tennis. Our next category is the Nicole and Kite Farrell Division II Male Athlete for a Major Sport. Our first nominee has enjoyed an amazing football career at Robbinsville, and that's Cutler Adams. Last fall, Cutler rushed for 2,103 yards and scored 36 touchdowns as he helped lead the Black Knights to a Smoky Mountain Conference championship and a trip to the regional title game. Cutler was a first-team All-Western running back and was the conference back of the year. He was selected to play the annual Shrine Bowl game for North Carolina. Cutler was also picked to play in the Blue-Gray All-American Bowl in Dallas and was named MVP of the contest. Our next nominee is Tyler West from Andrews. Tyler is a 2-sport athlete for the Wildcats in both football and basketball. Last year in football, Tyler was the Lineman of the Year in the Smoky Mountain Conference. He was an All-American and made the All-Western team. Tyler was also selected and played in the Shrine Bowl of the Carolinas. He was a Blue-Gray All-American, and this fall is going to be playing football at NC State. Go Pack. Also a finalist from Hendersonville is C.J. Landrum. C.J. is a 2-sport standout for the Bearcats in both football and basketball. During the football season, C.J. earned All-State and All-Conference honors and was selected to the 2023 East-West All-Star Game. During basketball season, he was a key player and a starter in a Bearcat squad that won a conference tournament championship and advanced to the state playoffs, and he was an all-conference selection in basketball. C.J. will play football at Charleston Southern in the fall. And our final nominee is Justin Rowe from Asheville School. Justin is a 3-sport athlete for the Blues and helped the school win their 2nd straight state championship this past fall. The junior was a key defender for Asheville School in football and made 27 tackles and 2 interceptions. He has earned All-State and All-Conference honors the past 2 seasons. Justin will continue his football career at Virginia this fall. This year's winner, from Robbinsville, Cutler Adams. Our next category, Tara and Frank Burdett, Division II Male Athlete Olympic Sport. Our first finalist is wrestler Cage Williams from Robbinsville. Cage is a senior who ended his brilliant career last winter with his fourth straight state championship, this time in the 190-pound classification. Cage went 41-0 in his final season with the Black Knights and was named as the 1A state tournament most outstanding wrestler. He was also the regional and conference most outstanding wrestler, along with being named as the Citizen Times Wrestler of the Year. Cage finishes his amazing career with a 169-1 overall record. Our next finalist is golfer Connor Warren from Mitchell. Connor's won the 1A state individual championship the past 3 springs. He helped lead the Mountaineers to the 2023 and 24 state championship. Connor was the Western Highlands Conference Golfer of the Year. He is the reigning Dogwood State Champion and is currently ranked 6th in the North Carolina Junior Boys ranking. Our next nominee is Jesse Shelton of Mountain Heritage. Jesse enjoyed an outstanding track and field season last spring. It culminated with him winning the state championship in both the shot put and the discus. It was the second straight state title for him in both events. In the discus last May, Jesse set a school and state record with a throw of 178 feet and 8 inches. He was also the conference and regional champion in both events. Our next finalist is Dawson Reeves of Christ School. Dawson is a distance runner for the Greenies and was the 2023 Asheville Citizen Times Runner of the Year. During the indoor season in January, he won the state championship in the 1,000 meters. During cross-country season, he was the state runner-up as he completed his career as a 4-time All-State runner. Dawson won the CAA conference meet last fall. Our next nominee is Parker Pulliam from Asheville Christian. Parker's a senior track athlete and last spring was the state champion in the 100 and 200 meters. He also anchored ACA state champion relay teams in the 4x100 and 4x200 meters. Parker's currently enrolled at UNC Wilmington. And our final nominee comes from Robbinsville, and he's Alexis Panama. Alexis, a senior wrestler for the Black Knights, this past year compiled a 54-3 overall record and won the individual state championship in the 120-pound category. It was Alexis' 3rd consecutive state championship to go along with 3 straight regional and conference championships. And this year's winner, from Robbinsville, Cage Williams. Our next category is the Fields Auto Group Division II Male Team Major Sports. Leading off the category, Robbinsville Football Team. The Black Knights continue their great tradition of winning football in 2023 by finishing with a 13-2 overall record and advancing to the regional championship game where they would lose to eventual state champion Mount Airy. D. Walsh's team won the Smoky Mountain Conference Championship by going unbeaten in the league play, and they were the #1 ranked football team in the mountains by the Asheville Citizen Times. Next up is Christ School basketball squad. Christ School repeated as state champions this past year as they finished with a 26-5 overall record. They were the only boys team in the mountains to win a state title when they won the 4A crown. Christ School finished unbeaten in conference play and won its league games by an average of 31 points per game. 3 of their seniors are committed to playing college basketball. Also nominated in this category, Asheville School football team. The Blues enjoyed a thrilling fall as they won the state championship. Asheville School, an 8-3 overall record, 5-0 in conference play. They had 5 players named to the Citizen Times All-Western squad, and 7 players earned all-conference honors. Final nominee in the category, Owen Soccer. War Horses enjoyed an outstanding season as they finished with a 20-win and 2-loss and 3 ties overall record. Owen advanced to the Western Regional Championship game. War Horses won their conference with a perfect 12-0 record. This year's winner, Christ School basketball team. Next up is the Blue Ridge Division of Emerge Ortho, Division II Male Team Olympic Sport. Nominees begin with the Mitchell Golf Team. Last spring, the Mountaineers won the school's first ever golf state championship and followed it up with a repeat performance this year. They were led by Connor Warren, who won the individual state championship both times. They also won the West Regional Championship and the Western Highlands Conference title. Next up, the Robbinsville Wrestling Program. The Black Knights captured the 1A State Tournament Championship and finished with a 32-3 dual team record. Robbinsville was the state dual runner-up. The Black Knights won the Smoky Mountain dual team and individual tournament championship. And our final nominee in this category is the Swain Track and Field Program. The Maroon Devils Outdoor Track and Field Program finished runner-up at last year's 1A state meet as they were edged out by Union Academy. Swain had 2 state championships at the meet as Matthew Gray won the pole vault and the 4x800 relay. Maroon Devils scored 60 points in the meet. It's the highest total ever at a state meet. Swain won the Smoky Mountain Conference and Western Regional Championships. This year's winner in this category is Robbinsville Wrestling. He's back. Our next category is the Ann Brandis Division I Female Athlete Major Sports. First nominee is Avery Moffitt of Franklin. Avery is a senior softball player for the Panthers. Last spring, due to injury, she became Franklin's starting catcher. Avery helped lead the Panthers to a conference championship and a berth in the 3A state playoffs. Last spring, she hit .461 with 11 doubles, 3 home runs, and 25 RBIs. She earned all-conference, all-district, all-region, and all-state honors. Avery will play collegiately at North Georgia next year. Next is Tori Ensley, also from Franklin. Tori was also a softball player for the Panthers, who graduated last year and is now starting in the outfield at NC State. Last season, Tori was the Conference Player of the Year and the District Player of the Year. She set a single-season record with 17 home runs, which is also a Western North Carolina season record, and helped lead the Panthers to a conference championship. Tori earned all-state honors along with the all-region, all-district, and all-conference. Our next finalist is volleyball player Emma Bryson of West Henderson. Emma's a junior who is a middle hitter for Tiffany Lawrence's Falcons. Last fall, Emma was a first-team all-state performer plus an all-region and all-conference selection. She also made the Battle of the Border all-tournament team. Emma led the conference as well in blocks with 102. Our next nominee, Dorothy Mills of Pisgah. Dorothy enjoyed an exceptional senior season for the Pisgah Bears. She was the Conference Co-Player of the Year. Dot averaged the team leading 15 points and 8 rebounds per game, and she helped lead Pisgah to a 22-7 record, a conference championship, a conference tournament title, and a trip to the 3rd round of the state playoffs. Dorothy has played in the North Carolina-South Carolina All-Star Game and Western North Carolina All-Star Game. She plans to play at Emory and Henry next year. Next nominee is Marianne Maxson of West Henderson. Marianne is Western North Carolina's all-time leading goal scorer in soccer with 186 at this exact moment. She was the Conference Player of the Year as a junior and also earned all-conference, all-region, and all-state honors last spring. She scored 52 goals a year ago and accumulated 127 points and helped lead the Falcons to a 3A regional championship game. And our final nominee comes from North Henderson, and she's Bailey Rowe. Bailey enjoyed an outstanding senior season of volleyball for Sioux Moon's Knights. She was a Western North Carolina Player of the Year and earned first-team All-State honors for the 2nd consecutive year. In addition, Bailey was the Mountain 7 Player of the Year and also tournament MVP. She posted 516 kills during the season, which led the state in all classifications. This year's winner, from West Henderson Soccer, Marianne Maxson. Our next category is the First Citizens Bank Division I Female Athlete Olympic Sport. Our nominees include Emma Hall from West Henderson. Emma has enjoyed an amazing track career for the Falcons. Last year at the state outdoor meet, she was the state championship. She was at the state championship in both the 100-meter hurdles and the 300-meter hurdles. During the indoor championship last winter, Emma won a 55-meter hurdle with a state record time of 7.94 seconds, the 10th fastest time in the country. During her career, she was a 7-time state champion and twice has been Female Track Athlete of the Year. Our Our next nominee in the category, Eden Barnwell from North Buncombe. Eden's a senior track and field standout for the Blackhawks. Last winter, she was part of a state championship, winning the 4x400 relay team at the 3A state indoor meet. Eden has been part of 3 state championships, relay teams in her career. She was a Western Regional champion last year in the outdoor track division, and Eden will continue her track career at Catawba College next year. Our next nominee in track and field performer, Boston Stringer from Franklin. Boston is a senior for the Panthers, and this past winter, she finished second in the pole vault at the 3A state meet. She was named to the Citizen Times All-Region Outdoor Track and Field Squad last spring. Boston won the conference championship for the pole vault for the 3rd consecutive year. Our next nominee is Avery Mays of North Buncombe. Avery has enjoyed an outstanding career for the Blackhawks and has been a letter winner in 4 sports, including swimming, cross country, and indoor and outdoor track and field. Last spring, she was a member of the North Buncombe's state championship in the 4x800 relay. Avery also qualified for the state meet in the 3,200 meters and took home 6th place finish. Our final finalist is Hope Smith from Franklin. Hope qualified for the 2024 indoor state meet in 5 different events, 3 individual and 2 relays. Hope currently holds the record in the 55, the 300, and the 500 meters, plus 2 relay races for both indoor and outdoor. She was the team MVP of the Franklin Outdoor Program last spring, and Hope will continue her track career at Gardner-Webb next year. And this year's winner, from West Henderson, Emma Hall. Our next category is the Home Trust Bank Division I Female Team Major Sports. Our first finalist, Asheville High Soccer. Mike Flo's program had another amazing season in 2023. The Cougars compiled a 21-2-1 overall record. They won the Mountain Athletic Conference Championship and advanced to the 3rd round of the 4A state playoffs. Our next finalist, Reynolds Basketball. The Rockets had a memorable 23-24 season. Amanda Whitaker's club finished the year with a 27-2 overall record. They went undefeated in conference play, 12-0, and won both the regular season and tournament championships. Reynolds advanced all the way to the 3A regional championship game. The Rockets have 3 seniors on their roster, and 2 will play college basketball next season. Also a finalist this year, Robertson Volleyball. The Rams won the MAAC this year in dominating fashion. Robertson went 12-0 in conference play and did not lose a set in any of those matches and won a perfect 36-0 in those 12 contests. They finished with a 20-9 overall record, with 5 of those losses coming against teams that would go on to win state championships. 6 Rams earned all-conference honors, while 2 were named to the all-region team. Our next nominee, North Henderson Volleyball Squad. Sue Moon's teams finished with the 2023 season with an overall record of 23-12. They captured the Mountain 7 Conference Tournament and advanced to the Elite 8 of the 3A state playoffs. And our final nominee in the category, West Henderson Soccer. The Falcons enjoyed their best season in school history last spring when they accumulated a 23-4 overall record and advanced to the West Regional Championship game for the first time in school history. They won the conference championship. 2 of their players will be playing collegiate soccer. This year's winner, Reynolds Girls Basketball Team. Our next team category is the Nat and Carolyn Arthur Division I Female Team Olympic Sport. Nominees include Franklin Tennis. Heather Bell's squad won the Mountain 7 Conference Championship for the 2nd straight season and went unbeaten last fall. They made it to the semifinals of the 3A state playoffs. 6 regional qualifiers advanced from Franklin, and 4 Panthers advanced to the state tournament. 2 individuals made it to the state quarterfinals. Our next nominee, Franklin Outdoor Track and Field. The Panthers enjoyed a great spring in 2023 as they won the Mountain 7 Conference Championship and West Regional title. They advanced to the 3A state meet where they took home a 3rd place finish. The squad also took home the State Commissioner's Cup for community service efforts as well. Our third nominee in the category, North Henderson Wrestling. For the second straight year, the Knights were the Western Regional Champions. They finished 10th at the state tournament and had wrestlers qualify for the first ever State Girls Wrestling Championships. North Henderson won 7 different team tournaments throughout the season, including the Mountain 7 Conference Tournament. And our final nominee in the category, North Buncombe Track and Field. The Blackhawks indoor track and field program won the state championship in the 4x400 relay this past winter. They posted a time of 3:57.89, which is currently the 63rd best time in the nation. In the outdoor season last spring, North Buncombe's 4x800 relay captured a state championship. And this year's winner, Franklin Outdoor Track and Field. And our next category is the Go Forth Builders Incorporated Division I Male Athlete Major Sport. This year's nominees include Truett Manuel from West Henderson. Truett helped lead the Falcons to a 3A state baseball championship last year. He was one of the top pitchers in the state last season and was named the North Carolina 3A Pitcher of the Year. Truett had an 11-1 record as a pitcher with a .61 ERA. As a hitter, he compiled a .376 batting average with 5 home runs and 37 RBIs. Our next finalist, Jackson Lyda from West Henderson. Jackson's another Falcon who had a memorable season last spring as he helped West Henderson to a 3A state championship. Jackson was an all-state performer and was the Mountain 7 Player of the Year. He earned all-region honors while hitting .433 with 15 doubles, 3 home runs, and 21 RBIs. Jackson will attend Western Carolina and play baseball. Our next nominee is Brandon Guest from Reynolds. Brandon enjoyed a standout senior season for the Rockets and helped lead Reynolds to a conference championship plus a trip to the 3rd round of the state playoffs. Brandon was the MAAC Defensive Player of the Year and was selected to play in the Shrine Bowl. He's going to play football at Mars Hill next year. Our next finalist comes from Robertson. It's Nick Parham. Nick helped the Rams to a 4A state championship last spring. He was Robertson's starting shortstop and made just 1 error all year. Nick hit .379, scored 47 runs, hit 8 home runs, and collected 36 RBIs. He graduated last spring and currently plays for East Carolina. And our final nominee is James Black from Reynolds. James has enjoyed an outstanding soccer career for the Rockets. Last fall, he scored 13 goals, had 8 assists, and when he played up front on defense as well, James helped lead a Reynolds defense that posted 12 shutouts. He earned All-State honors and also received Mid-Atlantic Region honors. James was also an All-American nominee. And the winner in this category, West Henderson Jackson Lyda. And for the rest of our awards, I'm going to hand it over to a fellow board member from WLOS. Please welcome Chris Womack.
Before I commence with the categories that I have, I want to take a second just to recognize a special guest that's here with us tonight, someone who I think all these young athletes would want to emulate in their careers. Over the past year, I've had the chance to sit down and catch up with athletes who sat in these seats way back in the day and are now at the professional ranks of their respective sports. People like Cal Raleigh, who went from Smoky Mountain to the Seattle Mariners, Eku Leota, Asheville High to the Carolina Panthers. There's others that are out there, but these are just a few that I've interacted with. And while this guest here tonight didn't necessarily go to a Western North Carolina high school, he does call this home. He went to Western Carolina University, where he was a star track athlete. Please give a warm welcome to track Olympic silver medalist Manny Mitchell, who's been kind enough to join us here tonight. We're about the same age. Manio's actually training for the Winter Olympics now. He's on the Team USA bobsled squad, so best of luck to him in that endeavor. All right, I'll pick up the pace and make it up on the back end, I promise. Our next category is the Massasoit of North Carolina Incorporated Division I Male Athlete in an Olympic Sport. Our finalists from this category include Elijah Cochran from Franklin. Elijah is a member of the Panthers track and field program, and last winter he was named the North Carolina 3A Indoor Track and Field MVP as he finished second in the 55-meter hurdles and the 300 meters. Elijah also earned All-State honors in the long jump and the 55-meter dash. He finished second at the Adidas Indoor National Championship, earning All-American honors. During last year's outdoor season, he helped the Panthers win the state championship as he was part of 2 relay teams that earned points at the state meet. Our next nominee is Bodie McCormick of Inca Wrestling. Bodie is a wrestler for the Always Strong Jets program, and last winter he was a conference champion named MAAC Tournament Most Outstanding Wrestler. Bodie earned a second-place finish at the state meet at the 150-pound weight class. He led Inca in wins with 51 and pins with 33. Bodie was named a Scholar All-American by the National Wrestling Coaches Association and completed his career with 130 wins, 79 of them via pin. Our next finalist is from West Henderson and is Taman Howell. As a sophomore last spring, Taman was the 3A state champion in the 110 hurdles. He earned All-State honors for his achievement. In addition, he was a regional finalist in the 300-meter hurdles. Our next nominee is Logan Russo from Franklin. Logan has lettered in cross country and track and field for the Panthers. He set a new school record in the process with a time of 15 minutes and 32 seconds. Last spring, Logan helped Franklin win the 3A state championship. He won the 800 at the Western Regional, and during the indoor season, he qualified for the state championship meet in 4 different events. He will continue his running career at UNC Asheville next year. Our final nominee in this category is Reese Meadows from North Henderson. The senior wrestler had an outstanding season for the Knights, compiling a 56-2 overall record this past year, advancing to the 3A state championship where he finished in 3rd place. Reese was the 3A Western Regional Champion and also named the Mountain 7 Wrestler of the Year. He also earned all conference honors in football. And this year's winner, from Franklin, Elijah Cochran. Our next category is the McKinney Insurance Services Division I Male Team in a Major Sport. The nominees begin with the AC Reynolds football team. It was another outstanding year for the Rockets. Shane Law's squad won the conference championship for the 8th time in the last 9 years. Reynolds advanced to the 3rd round of the state playoffs, finishing with an overall record of 9-4 and were a perfect 6-0 in conference play. 10 seniors have signed to play college football this fall. Our next finalist is the Robertson baseball program. Eric Philippek's Rams won another state title, this one a 4A championship last spring. Robertson went 26-8 to win the program's 5th title. The Rams won the conference championship with a perfect 12-0 record. Robertson was Baseball America's #1 team in the state and finished #1 in all state baseball polls. This week, they will be playing in the 4A West Regional Finals Series. Our next nominee is the West Henderson baseball program. The spring of 2023 was one to remember for the Falcons. West won a school record 27 games, capturing the 3A state championship for the first time since 1992. Along the way, the Falcons won the Mountain 7 Conference Championship and the Henderson County title as well. And our final nominee is the West Henderson football team. Paul Whitaker's Falcons squad was an offensive juggernaut as it averaged 42 points per game. The Falcons enjoyed the best season in school history with a 13-1 mark, advancing to the 4th round of the state playoffs for the first time in school history. They won the Mountain 7 Conference Championship and also the prestigious Henderson County title. And this year, we have a tie. The winners are the Robertson baseball program and the West Henderson baseball team, both state champs. You all take your time. Our next category is the Roadway Inn and Suites Division I Male Team Olympic Sport. The first finalist is the Franklin Outdoor Track and Field Team. The Panthers, under the direction of head coach Matt Harlefinger, won the 3A state championship last spring. Franklin also captured the conference and regional titles a year ago. The Panthers won the state title despite not having one first-place finish. consistency. Franklin had great balance as it placed in the top 3 in 4 different events. Our second nominee, Pisgah Wrestling. The Bears finished the 2023-24 season with an outstanding 28-2 overall record. Pisgah won both the conference dual and tournament titles. The Bears advanced to the 3rd round of the state playoffs, finishing as the 3A Western Regional runner-up. Pisgah won 5 different regular season tournament titles during the year. Our next finalist is the Franklin Indoor Track and Field Squad. Last winter, the Panthers took 2nd at the 3A state meet. The squad captured the conference championship and the 2024 Polar Bear title. Franklin earned points in 7 different events at the state meet. They were led by senior Elijah Cochran, who was named the most outstanding performer at the indoor championship. And the final nominee is Robertson Cross Country. The Rams finished 3rd this year at the state 4A meet. It is the highest Robertson has finished at the state championship in more than 10 years. They had 1 runner earn all-state honors. The Rams finished 2nd at the Western Regional and had 3 runners in the top 5 Robertson. Also won the conference championship with 5 runners finishing in the top 7 of the conference meet. And this year's winner is Franklin Outdoor Track and Field. The next category is the Paramount Kia Division II Female Academic Award. Our first nominee from East Rutherford, Mary Grace Tisdale. Mary Grace has lettered in 5 different sports at East Rutherford. As an indoor track performer, she was a state qualifier in the pole vault. She is also a 2-time all-conference selection in volleyball in the classroom. She carries a 4.51 weighted GPA, ranked 8th in her class. The next finalist in this category, Kinley Queen of Andrews. Kinley is a 3-sport letter winner for the Wildcats as she excels in basketball, softball, and volleyball. She was an honorable mention all-conference performer in both volleyball and softball. Kinley is ranked 1st in her class with a 4.5 weighted GPA. She is currently the student body president at Andrews and plans to continue her academic career at Western Carolina. Our next finalist is Alexis Grayson, also from East Rutherford. She participates in volleyball, swimming, and softball. She's been named All-Conference and All-County in softball and served as the team captain on the swimming team. Alexis has registered a 4.857 weighted GPA with a class ranking of 11. Our next nominee, Louisa Kuhn from Carolina Day. Louisa has had an outstanding swimming career at Carolina Day. She has been conference champion in events from her freshman year right through her senior year. She won a state championship as a sophomore in the 100-yard breaststroke. Louisa has earned the Team MVP award each of her years on the squad. She has maintained a 4.8 weighted GPA and has earned gold medals in the National French exam. Louisa plans to attend Haverford College in the fall. And our final nominee in this category is Lily Fender of Mountain Heritage. Lily has enjoyed a fabulous swimming career for the Cougars. She was the Western Highlands Swimmer of the Year this past winter. Lily was the conference and regional champion in the 100-yard backstroke, and she came in 2nd at the state meet. Lily is ranked 1st in her class at Mountain Heritage with a 4.58 weighted GPA. She will be attending Wellesley College in Boston this fall. And the winner from Mountain Heritage, Lily Fender. Our next award is the Blue Ridge Imaging Technologies Division I Female Academic Award. This year's nominees start with Tori Inslee from Franklin. Tori was a 3-sport letter winner at Franklin and has lettered in basketball, softball, and volleyball during her high school career. Tori was the conference softball player of the year last spring, setting a school and Western North Carolina record for home runs with 17 during a season. She was a 4-time scholar athlete and was a member of the National Honor Society, finishing with a 4.3 weighted GPA. Up next is Emma Bryson of West Henderson. Emma has enjoyed an outstanding volleyball career for the Falcons. She was a first-team All-State performer, also making the All-Conference and All-Regions teams. Emma led the conference with 102 total blocks, and as a student, she has a 4.3 weighted GPA and has been on the A Academic Honor Roll for 5 straight semesters. The next nominee, Avery Mays from North Buncombe. Avery excels in 4 sports in Weaverville, lettering in cross-country, indoor and outdoor track and field, plus swimming. She has been a 6-time state qualifier and a 2-time state champion during her track and field career with the Blackhawks. As a swimmer, Avery has been a regional qualifier. She is a member of the Beta Club and participated in mock trial, plus attending the North Carolina Governor's School for Spanish. Avery has a 4.6 weighted GPA and is ranked first in her class. She will attend Western Carolina in the fall. Our next nominee is Hope Smith of Franklin. Hope has been a standout in the track and field program for the Panthers, a two-time track and field state champion and a school record holder for 6 different events. Last year, she was the outdoor track and field MVP. In the classroom, Hope has a 4.375 weighted GPA and is an A honor roll student. She will continue her academic and track career next fall at Gardner-Webb. And our final nominee is Katie Johnson of North Buncombe. Katie is a distance runner for the Blackhawks and has been a dominant runner for North Buncombe during her career. Last fall in cross country, she finished first at the MAAC meet, taking third at the Western Regional and 5th in the state 3A meet. Katie was a part of the Blackhawks 4x800 meter relay team that captured a state championship last spring. In the classroom, she has a 4.817 weighted GPA and is ranked number 1 in her senior class. And this year's winner from North Buncombe, Katie Johnson. You look wonderful, Katie. I see how you won those championships. Our next category is the Heath and Nicole Schuler Division II Male Academic Award. Our first finalist is Josiah LeNave from Chase. Josiah is both a swimmer and track and field athlete for the Trojans. In swimming, he was a state champion in the 50 free and also won the conference championship in that same event. During track season, Josiah came in second in the county championship in the 300-meter hurdles. He has a 4.617 weighted GPA and recently took second place in the Western North Carolina Science Olympiad Cell Biology Competition. Excellent. Josiah is a Presidential Scholars National nominee and is Cash Moorhead Kane nominee. He is ranked number 1 in his class and plans to attend South Carolina. Our next nominee comes from Mitchell and is Connor Warren. Connor lettered in both golf and basketball for the Mountaineers. As we learned earlier, Connor has been the 1A state champion in golf the past 3 years and has led Mitchell to back-to-back state championships. During basketball season, he helped lead the Mountaineers to a conference and tournament title. Connor carries a 4.821 weighted GPA and is ranked 4th in the 2024 Mitchell Senior Class. The next finalist, Jordan Dixon from East Rutherford. Jordan is a 2-sport athlete for the Cavaliers, playing both football and baseball. Last year, he was a Heisman Scholarship high school winner and earned all conference honors for his play along the defensive line. He was the 2023 Defensive Lineman of the Year and also made the All-County team. Last spring in baseball, Jordan was the team captain for the East Rutherford squad that went to the 3rd round of the state playoffs. He has a 4.5 weighted GPA and has earned straight A's from 6th grade through 11th grade. Jordan is ranked 9th in his class. And our final nominee is Manning Stewart from Carolina Day. Manning has been an outstanding baseball player for the Wildcats. Last season in baseball, he earned all conference and all Western North Carolina honors. He ranks 1st in the state in wins and innings pitched. Manning was 2nd in the state in strikeouts. He threw 2 no-hitters during the year and carries a 4.68 weighted GPA. And this year's winner from Chase High School, Josiah LeNave. Our next award is the Allen Tate Beverly Hanks Realty Division I Male Academic Award. This year's finalists begin with Evan Bird from Pisgah. Evan is a 3-sport standout for the Bears, excelling in soccer, indoor, and outdoor track and field. Evan has been named an all-conference and all-region in soccer the past 2 years. He was a state finalist in the 500-meter dash and indoor track and was a 3-time state finalist during the outdoor season in the 400. Evan has a 4.54 weighted GPA and had a perfect score on the science section of the ACT. He is a member of the National Honor Society. Our next nominee is Bodie McCormick from Inca. Bodie's a wrestler for the Jets, winning the conference championship in his weight class, advancing all the way to the state finals where he finished as state runner-up. Bodie was named the conference tournament most outstanding wrestler, finishing the year with 51 wins, 33 of those coming by pin. He had a weighted GPA of 4.41 and is ranked 10th in the senior class at Inca. The next nominee, Aaron Jennings from Franklin. Aaron is a three-sport athlete for the Panthers. He is on the indoor and outdoor track teams, also lettering in soccer. Aaron was the state runner-up in pole vault during the indoor season and was awarded the State Sportsmanship Award. Aaron was the conference champion in the pole vault last year, he carries a 4.32 weighted GPA and is president of the student body at Franklin. And our final finalist is Barrett Stork, also from Franklin. Barrett competes in cross-country and indoor and outdoor track for the Franklin Panthers. Last spring, he was Mountain 7 conference champ in the 1,600 meters and was part of the Panthers state champion 4x4 relay team. Last fall, Barrett finished second in the conference cross-country meet. During the indoor season, he helped the 4x4 team to a second-place state finish. Barrett carries a 4.42 weighted GPA. And this year's winner is Evan Bird from Pisgah. Hey, Evan. Our next category is the Apollo Flame Division II Female Athlete of the Year. Our first finalist is Caroline Barton of Carolina Day. Caroline is a junior at Carolina Day and has compiled an impressive track and field and cross-country resume. Last spring at the state meet, Caroline won 3 individual state titles and was part of a runner-up state championship relay team. She won state titles in the 800, 1600, and 3200 meter races. Caroline also won the Rising Start mile race at the New Balance Outdoor Nationals last summer. In cross country, she won the state championship at the state meet and then finished in 6th place at the prestigious Great American Cross Country Race. During the indoor season, Caroline registered 2 more individual state titles in the 16 and 3200 meters. Our next nominee is Zoe Schuler from Robbinsville. Zoe is both a track and field and softball standout for the Black Knights. In track and field last spring, she captured the individual state championship in the high jump and the long jump. During the indoor season, Zoe won her 9th individual state title in the triple jump, taking 2nd in the long. In softball last season, she was named the 1A State Player of the Year for the 2nd consecutive season. She hit .595 with 11 homers and 30 RBI. Zoe will be attending Tennessee on a softball scholarship. Our next finalist in this category comes from Hendersonville and is Eliza Perry. Eliza finishes with one of the greatest tennis careers ever accomplished by an athlete in Western North Carolina. Last year, she compiled a 17-1 singles record, posting a 14-0 record in doubles play. Her strong play helped the Bearcats win their 5th straight 2A state championship. She was an all-state, all-region, and all-conference selection. Eliza was also named Asheville Citizen Times Player of the Year. She earned the North Carolina USTA High School Player of the Year honor as well. Eliza concludes her career with a 65-2 singles record and 91-0 in doubles. The next nominee comes from Cherokee, Jocelyn Stamper. She is just a freshman, but what a start to a high school career. Jocelyn excelled in both volleyball and basketball this year. She was the Conference Player of the Year in volleyball, also earning All-State and All-Region honors, as she helped the Lady Braves to the 4th round of the state playoffs. During basketball season, Jocelyn led a powerful Cherokee squad to a dominating 1A state championship. She finished the season averaging 10 points and 8 boards per game for a team that finished 29-1. Jocelyn was named the 1A state championship game most outstanding player as she recorded 17 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 steals. And our final nominee is Virginia Thorson of Asheville School. Virginia had a standout swimming senior season for Asheville School. She won 2 individual state titles this year in the 2 and 100 freestyle. Virginia was also part of a state championship 400 freestyle relay team. She was a key cog in Asheville School, winning its 2nd straight state title. Virginia was also a member of the cross-country and track and field teams. She was unbeaten in every race she competed in this past season. Virginia will swim at Davidson next year. And this year's winner is Zoe Schuler, Robbinsville. Our next award is the Young Transportation Division II Male Athlete of the Year. This year's finalists start with Cutler Adams from Robbinsville. Cutler has excelled in both football and track and field for the Black Knights. During the football season, Cutler rushed for more than 2,000 yards and caught passes for almost 300 more. He scored 36 touchdowns on offense and 1 on defense. Cutler also had 4 interceptions during the year as he helped lead Robbinsville to a conference championship and a trip to the regional championship game. He played in the Shrine Bowl and also participated in the Blue-Gray All-American Bowl, where he was named Most Valuable Player. Cutler was the conference running back of the year and finished his career as the conference's all-time leading rusher. He also enjoyed a top-flight track and field career, excelling in the long and triple jump plus sprint events. Cutler will be going to Yale to play football in the fall. Our next finalist is Justin Rowe of Asheville School. Justin excels in 3 sports for the Blues. He plays football, basketball, and runs track. Last football season, Justin helped lead the school to a state title. He earned all conference honors for the Blues last year as he played on both offense and defense. On defense, he was credited with 27 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, 5 picks, and Justin ran 2 of those interceptions back for touchdowns. On offense, he caught 28 passes for 483 yards and 5 scores. He has recently accepted a football scholarship to the University of Virginia. The next nominee comes from Mountain Heritage, Jesse Shelton. Jesse is a Cougar who excelled in both track and field and basketball before graduating last spring. He's now at Mars Hill University on the track team. Last spring, Jesse won both shot put and discus at the state meet representing Mountain Heritage. His throw of 172 feet and 11 inches in the discus was a state record. During basketball season, Jesse was a key player on a Mountain Heritage squad that went 26-2 as he averaged 9 points and 6 boards per contest. Next is Connor Warren of Mitchell. Connor excelled in both golf and basketball for the Mountaineers. During last basketball season, he set a new single-game score record by knocking down 10 three-pointers. Connor averaged 10 points per game as he helped lead the Mountaineers to the Western Highlands regular season conference and tournament championships. In golf, Connor is one of the best high school golfers in the state. Last year, for the past 3 years, he has won the state individual title and helped spark the Mountaineers to back-to-back state championships. Connor is ranked 6th in the North Carolina Junior Boy rankings. The next finalist in this category is Tyler West from Andrews. Tyler plays both football and basketball for the Wildcats. He enjoyed an outstanding football season for Andrews as he was named Conference Lineman of the Year and had an 80% career blocking average. Tyler was named as an All-American and also earned All-Region honors. He was selected to play in the Shrine Bowl as well as the Blue-Gray All-American game. And our final nominee is Cage Williams from Robbinsville. Cage has had one of the best wrestling careers in the history of the sport in the state. Cage completed an amazing career with a 41-0 record as a senior and was named the 1A state tournament most outstanding wrestler. In addition, he was named as the most outstanding wrestler at the West Regional and the Conference Championship tournaments. He finished his career with a 169-1 overall record, and his only loss was due to an injury. Cage also played football for the Black Knights and was an all-conference performer there as well. And this year's winner is going to make it a clean sweep for Robbinsville, Cage Williams. Our next category is the Larry and Jan Schulhoff Division I Female Athlete of the Year. Our first finalist is Eden Barnwell from North Buncombe. Eden is a 4-sport standout for the Blackhawks as she competes in indoor and outdoor track and field plus basketball. She has been a part of 4 state championship relay teams, including a state championship in the 4x4 this past indoor season. Eden has been an all-conference performer in all 4 sports as she has participated in. She won the Blackhawk Leadership Award for outdoor track last season and will continue her running career at Catawba next fall. Our second nominee is Avery Mays, also from North Buncombe. As we've mentioned Avery several times this evening, she has been a letter winner in 4 different sports for Blackhawks teams. Last spring, she was a member of the North Buncombe State Championship 4x800 relay. She also earned a 6th place finish at the state meet in the 3200. As a swimmer, Avery was a regional qualifier this past year. She has served as a team captain for all 4 of the sports in which she has participated and will be attending Western Carolina running track for the Catamounts. The next finalist is Tori Inslee from Franklin. Tori was a 3-sport standout for the Panthers in basketball, volleyball, and softball. Last spring in softball, Tori was the Conference Player of the Year and was a member of the All-Western and All-District teams. She was named District Player of the Year for the 2nd straight season. Tori set a single-season record for home runs last year with 17, and during her career at Franklin, she was an all-conference performer in both volleyball and basketball. Tori is currently continuing her softball career as a starting outfielder for NC State. Our next nominee comes from Pisgah, Dorothy Mills. Dorothy has enjoyed an excellent basketball career for the Bears. She's a four-year starter, and this past season was the conference co-player of the year, first-team All-District, and was the Haywood County MVP. She participated in the Western North Carolina All-Star Game and played in the North Carolina-South Carolina All-Star Contest. Our final nominee is Avery Moffitt from Franklin. Avery is a Franklin Panther who plays both basketball and softball. As a basketball player, she achieved all-conference and all-tournament honors for Franklin this past year. Avery had a fantastic softball season a year ago. She became the Panthers' starting catcher and helped lead Franklin to a conference championship and a berth in the state playoffs. She hit .461 with 11 doubles and 25 runs batted in. Avery earned all-conference, all-district, and all-state honors. And this year's winner is Tori Inslee from Franklin. Our final category is the Henry Logan Division I Male Athlete of the Year. Our first nominee is Truett Manuel from West Henderson. Truett has enjoyed an amazing career as a Falcon, excelling in football, baseball, and basketball. We talked earlier about his baseball career. Let's talk about football and basketball right now. In football, Truett helped lead West to a 13-1 record and was the Mountain 7 Conference Player of the Year as he averaged 99 yards per game in passing reception yards. Truett caught 16 touchdown passes. In basketball, he was all-conference and was named Defensive Player of the Year this past season. Our next finalist is Brandon Guest from AC Reynolds. Brandon is a football player for the Rockets, helping lead Shane Law's team to yet another conference championship this past season. He was the Conference Defensive Player of the Year. Brandon earned all-conference and all-region honors, also representing North Carolina in the Shrine Bowl. Our third finalist is Lex Dinwiddie from Robertson. Lex lettered in both football and basketball for the Rams. In football, Lex was the Robertson quarterback who led the Rams to a 9-3 overall record and a second-round trip to the 4A state playoffs. He was voted Offensive Player of the Year in the Mountain Athletic Conference. Our next nominee comes from West Henderson, Jackson Lyda. Earlier, we told you about his sensational baseball season last spring. He's also being recognized for his basketball prowess. He helped lead the Falcons to an outstanding season, earning all-conference, all-area, all-district, and all-tournament honors for his play. Jackson averaged a team-high 19.3 points per game and was second on the squad in rebounding with 7 boards per outing. And our final nominee is James Black of Reynolds. James lettered in both soccer and track and field for the Rockets. He received all Mid-Atlantic region honors this past fall and earned All-American nominee recognition. James was named to the All-State, All-Conference, and All-Region teams. He served as team captain for Reynolds the past 2 years. And this year's winner is Truett Manuel from West Henderson. That does it for the categories. Congratulations to all the winners and all the nominees. I'm going to hand it back off to Billy Cooper.
I think we can give them all one more big round of applause. Finalists, that's some amazing gifts that each one of you have. Congratulations. I'd like to now ask Scott Pritchard if he'd come to the stage to introduce our next award. Scott?
Good evening. My name is Scott Pritchard. I'm honored to present the Courage Award in honor of my nephew, Riley Carl Howell. Riley was a multi-sport athlete at T.C. Robertson High School. And as he sat in his last class in just over 5 years ago at UNC Charlotte, a gunman burst into the room and began firing an automatic weapon. I wish Riley had crawled under the desk, but that simply wasn't who he was. He charged the shooter, tackled him, disarmed him, and in the process, lost his life in sacrifice of his friends and classmates. John 15:13 reminds us that greater love has no one than this, that he laid down his life for his friends. The love and courage that Riley showed that day is something we see in this year's recipient. As athletes, I hope that each of you know how much your coaches love you and love what they do. Coaches love teaching their sport, but maybe love teaching life lessons even more. Coach Paul Witt of Brevard High School has shown tremendous courage through his battle with cancer, never backing down, and showing his athletes how to deal with challenges and adversity while also living out his strong faith.
Sports Desk, sponsored by Prestige Subaru.
Basketball season is off and running, and that includes at Brevard High School. The team, however, has already encountered its first big hurdle. As Chris Womack shows us in Game Changer, they have a coach in charge to show them how to deal with adversity.
Humble in victory, but stay hungry.
Thanksgiving has a little different meaning for Paul Witt this year.
We know we got a lot to work on.
He started a new job as the head coach of the Brevard High Blue Devils,
We're going to go firm and drill,
where he can teach more than dribble drives,
do things the right way.
but lessons that serve in life.
The basketball side is important. That's why we're here. They're keeping score. We want to win. But it's about so much more than that.
His message is one that he's having to live out.
I'm more fiery in practice than I am in games. I try to do most of my coaching in practice and then kind of managing in games. Pass, way to run the floor. Good work.
Now that he has an opponent off the court.
I was just devastated. It was a lot of tears, a lot of fear.
On October 15th, Witt was diagnosed with cancer.
Yeesh.
Already in the last 12 months, he's had to bury 4 family members, including his sister and father.
I want to live. I'm a survivor. We all are as humans. But at the end of the day, if the answer is no, I can rest at that. I don't fear death.
The motivation to hold on while everything is falling around him comes from his other job. Witt is also the pastor at Bethany Baptist Church. So when he wondered, why me? He knew who to ask.
Lament is actually a good thing. We go to the Creator as the created, and we go and ask Him why. Because it brings us back to our core values and what do we know, what do we believe. And I can come back to, well, I know my God is good. I know my God loves me. I know my God cares for me. And I know He's in control. There you go.
Whether he's holding court from a sideline
Get your eyes on the rim.
or a pulpit,
Explode.
they're not that different.
Both involve exhortation, exhorting people to do what maybe they don't think they can do.
And now he can teach
Good, like your footwork. Like it, like it.
by living.
Just having this classroom of real life.
Go, get and go.
How to solve problems, how to interact with people, how to handle adversity, how to handle success. That's the things that motivate me.
At Brevard High School, Chris Womack, News 13 Sports.
See the clock.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 Riley Carl Howell Courage Award. Please welcome Coach Paul Witt.
Sports Desk, sponsored.
Thank you, Scott. I'd now like to ask Thomas Nash, another member of our board, to introduce the scholarship part of our program. Thomas?
It's my pleasure to recognize this year's Scholarship Award winners. These 20 scholarships are awarded to high school seniors that have set themselves apart from their peers in their pursuit of higher education. These $1,500 awards will be used to help offset the cost of the college journey. I would like to note that we receive many more nominations than we have scholarships, and the selection process is quite competitive. Also, it's important that I mention that these monies are generated from our community here in Western North Carolina. This means that as I say your name, while your name is called, I would like for you to understand that this community believes in you and is standing behind you as you set off to college. As I call your name, please come forward and remain standing here as a group to be recognized. From Robbinsville, Cage Williams. From Franklin, Avery Moffitt. From Franklin, Elijah Cochran. From Franklin, Hope Smith. From Franklin, Aaron Jennings. From Mitchell, Connor Warren. From Inca, Bodie McCormick. From T.C. Robertson, Quinn Roberts. From Swain, Emmy Everhart. From Swain, Connor Lambert. From Robbinsville, Memory Frapp. From T.C. Robertson, Carson Heath. From Andrews, Joshua Hernandez Gomez. From North Buncombe, Avery Mays. From North Buncombe, Eden Barnwell. From A.C. Reynolds, Anna Wilcox. From North Henderson, Nancy Perez Ortega. From Christ School, Henry Stewart. From Franklin, Lydia Holland. And from Franklin, Laura Holland. Within this group of scholarship winners, I would like to particularly recognize the recipient of the Keith Jarrett Scholarship. The Keith Jarrett Scholarship is named after longtime and award-winning sports writer Keith Jarrett, who had a legendary career at the Asheville Citizen-Times from 1986 to 2015. Keith was also instrumental in bringing this banquet back after a short hiatus 10 years ago. Sadly, we lost Keith in December of 2021 as a much too young age of 62. Keith was a proud native of Marion and a graduate of McDowell High School. This scholarship is for the high school senior who has shown interest in a career of journalism. This year's winner is Quinn Roberts. Next, I would like to recognize the winner of the Pat Ryan Scholarship. The Pat Ryan Scholarship is named after radio personality Pat Ryan, who for years roamed the airwaves with his talk show and did everything he could to promote local sports in the area, especially high school athletes. His 3-hour daily radio show didn't just talk about football and basketball, it talked about every prep sport. We lost Pat in November of 2022 after a valiant battle with cancer. He was just 57. This scholarship is for a high school senior who is interested in going into radio or TV journalism. This year's recipient is Henry Stewart from Christ School. Please join me in giving these students another well-deserved round of applause. Now I'd like to turn the podium over to my fellow committee member, Keith Roden, to speak about Special Olympics.
Thank you, Thomas. My name's Keith Roden, and here to speak to you about the recipient of our Special Olympics Award. This year's recipient is a young lady, 21 years old, from Clay County, a graduate of the Hayesville High School. She has been participating in Special Olympics since she was 3 years old. She's competing now at state level in track and field, equestrian, and also cheerleading. In the fall, she participates in and competes in basketball and bocce ball. This past February and March, she traveled to Peru, selected to participate in a multi-sport athlete in Peru. Her goal is to be an art teacher and / professor, hopefully one day. She's already received her associate's degree from Tri-County Community College, and she's starting this fall in the Young Harris College, right? Okay, where she'll get her bachelor's degree. Please welcome this year our Special Olympics recipient, Miss Lana Marie Foster.
Surprise! As a Special Olympics Clay County athlete, it is an honor to represent what Special Olympics means to me. I have to thank a few people, my friends and family who are here with me today, my Special Olympics North Carolina coaches and fellow athletes, Special Olympics Clay County local program coordinator Judy Jennings, and all my fans. People with intellectual disabilities can do so much. Thank you for recognizing that today. I'll keep going for gold. Thank you.
All right, well, that's it. It's a wrap for, another year. Thank you guys for coming. Looks like the weather is cleared, so you should have a safe drive home. We wish you all well, and we look forward to seeing you again. Thank you for coming.